Welcome to the podcast, guys.
What's that?
Another beautiful episode tonight. We have a very special guest. It's something I want to address, something I want to bring up, something that's been bothering me for years. Jay,
Black people.
since the beginning of this podcast with him, has been accusing me of being a racist.
And I'm one black friend.
I've constantly had to yell, I have black friends.
Yes, you
And
have.
I'm here tonight to show and prove that I have black friends.
One.
Black Mike, welcome to the podcast.
What's that?
What up?
You see? I fucking told you, Jay. Piece of shit.
Welcome to Get Heavy Podcast. With your host, Craig Casamas and Big J Curran.
Fuck. Welcome to the podcast. Black Mike, fucking awesome drummer, chef, anarcho, fucking punk rock, goth lord. Welcome, dude.
Cheers.
Anime fan, too.
Fuck yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't even offer you a drink. Do you want a bubbly water?
He's going.
Oh, okay. Oh, you got a beer. All
Offered
right.
myself one.
There you go, bud. Welcome, dude. I really appreciate you coming on.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Stoked
absolutely.
to be here.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, podcast's over. I'm good. I feel better.
And we ended racism.
Yes. Finally, man.
Yeah. No, man, it's awesome to have you on. We've been friends for a long fucking time. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, I met you back in when the early migration of all the Lancaster guys, you know what I mean, which you were a part of and not a part of at the same time, it felt like, you know what I mean? But move that bad boy closer to you.
All right.
There you go. Now we
Good.
can hear you.
Good. All right.
Anyway, fuck, man, it's been a long time. When did you actually move to Ventura? Like,
Shit. 2010 maybe?
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
it's been a minute, dude.
Yeah. It's been a while.
Yeah.
It's coming up here a long time.
Yeah. And did you grow up out there?
In AV, yeah.
Yeah, that's where you were
Yeah.
not born, maybe born. I
Born
don't
in
know.
LA,
Born in
but-
LA. Okay.
Inglewood. And then pretty much right after the riots, my grandfather got us the fuck out of there.
Really?
Yeah.
He was
Okay.
like, no.
How old were you? I guess you're roughly my age, right? So
Yeah, 37. so-
okay. So you remember the riots at least?
Oh, yeah. I
Yeah.
was in the middle of it.
Were you?
Yeah, we lived on like 71st and Normandy.
Ooh.
Oh,
damn.
shit.
You were in there.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
How old? You must have been what? 8, 7,
Yeah,
something like that.
something like that. I just remember like not really understanding it, crying that I couldn't play Jurassic Park on Sega. My cousin was like 14 and he was like, I'm gonna go sneak out and go, the liquor store's getting robbed. He's like, I'm gonna go get us chips. And I'm like, okay.
Because they're fucking
Chips.
free right now, probably. Right?
Oh yeah.
Chips.
He came back with a bunch of chips in his hand.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. So do you have any specific memories of that, like being out at all, or were you just in the house fucking watching what was going on? TV?
No, I was in the house basically on the ground.
Right.
Yeah.
That
It
was
was
that was a
chaos,
wild fucking time, dude.
Yeah. There's like
what
gunshots
was the
going
trucker
off.
that got his ass whooped? What was his name?
It was
Oh, fuck. But
well, it was
that
over the
happened right
Rodney
there.
King beatings, and it was. I'm sorry.
It was okay. There you go.
Denny.
Sorry,
Good
Kenny
call,
got it.
man.
Say that again, Kenny.
Reginald Denny.
Reginald Denny.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, he got his ass beat. In
Dude, that was
Yeah.
fucking horrible, man.
Right there on that corner. Where I
Yeah,
live.
he should have
Right
just.
there?
Yeah, he should have just stepped on the gas and ran everybody
Fucking
over,
been
man.
gone.
Fuck it. Yeah,
Yeah.
he got fucked up.
Yeah, it was gnarly. I mean, I remember that. That was one of the first things I think I saw on TV. You know, because my world was fucked up, like in the desert. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I grew. I think I was living. I might have been living in Ventura. No, I wasn't living in Ventura. But I remember like that. Watching that shit go down was literally the first time I was like, "Oh, the world's fucking crazy, dude." Like I knew my world was crazy, but I didn't realize the rest of the world was crazy because I was maybe 10. It was 94, right? Was that about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
94ish, right? Yeah. So I was 12. I was 12 years old. You know what I mean? And I think that was like one of the first times on the news where I was like, I'm watching the news. Like, this is weird. And the world seems fucked. You know what I mean?
I thought we'd see more of it.
What,
I thought that would kind of kick stuff off and really get things going.
How so?
Because it's the system's been so fucked up for so long. I mean, it's not you know, people getting beat by cops isn't something that's new.
Right.
You know, and black people have been getting beat by cops as long as I've, you know, I mean, Red Fox was joking about it.
Right.
Yeah.
Richard Pryor was joking about it. I watched it happen as a kid with family. I mean, it's just now all of a sudden everybody gets to see it all the time. So
Right.
when that popped off, I thought, okay, we'll
Right,
get
there's
this will
gonna be
get it
some
out there, and
change
there'll
and-
be some change and nothing, man. You know,
You know, even now with body cams and everyone with cell phones, it's like this shit's still going on. Like
Yeah.
they just don't care.
No,
no.
they don't give a fuck, dude. Yeah, yeah, because it's the deniability part and the fact that they're protected no matter what. You know what I
Qualified immunity, like
mean? What is it?
Yeah.
that qualified immunity.
Qualified
it's like,
immunity. I like that.
motherfuckers aren't superheroes. Like,
Yeah. It's
No,
true.
they're not trained properly, man. We can get into all that, but they're just not. They don't have the proper training, and then they're stuck in places where they just shouldn't be.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I mean, we need cops in Baltimore. We need cops in the South Side of Chicago, but you're also dealing with people that have zero fucks. They don't care nothing. You know, they just there's no. You
Well,
know, the
and you
cop
have-
will roll up and they'll go, "Hey, man, get the fuck out of here!"
Right.
And the cop drives off.
Right.
You know, it's not. It's
and those cops aren't from there, so
Right.
they
No.
don't really care.
Right.
No.
Yeah. It's an assignment, right?
Yeah.
They got rid of like that communal policing a long time ago. You know what I mean?
and I think that should be mandatory.
Yeah.
I think it should be part of your job as a rookie that you have to go out there and really meet these people and talk to them and have conversation with people.
Right.
I mean, there was a cop in Ventura, and I wish I remember his name. That dude was always super cool, and as you'd always see him walking around downtown, and he'd see my daughter, and he'd walk up and say hi to me and say hi to her, and you know, it made it really hard for me to talk shit when he wasn't around. You know,
Yeah, that's crazy, man. So you moved out of there, moved to what? How old were you when you moved to the AV? Somewhere right after then, 94, 95, 96.
Yeah.
Somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Where'd you guys land on the east? Palmdale-ish? Palmdale.
East Palmdale.
Nice, dude.
Yeah. Nice house.
Was that a wild culture shock?
No, because I mean, we had the house,
Oh, okay.
but it was like my grandfather bought it because he wanted to go hunt rabbits. So it was like, you know, back then,
Yeah.
in the 80s, when he bought the house, it was like that's where he went when they go hunting and whatever. And then really, like after the riots and all that, it was like, nah, we're staying
fucking
out.
yeah, we're
Staying
out.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yep. I know a lot of people that moved out towards Victorville and Palmdale, and
Yeah.
you know, couldn't afford living in Oxnard anymore.
Well, they certainly,
You know.
they built a lot of fucking houses out there. And as they
yeah.
gentrified LA, just pushed everyone
Yeah.
into the Antelope Valley. You know what I mean? Because I remember when it became Los Angeles County, I was out there.
It
Because
didn't used to be?
I thought it was Kern at some point. But maybe, I could be wrong. I don't know. But I remember at one point they just started building fucking houses and houses. And
I remember it was
houses out there.
originally 805.
That's right. Yeah, it wasn't 805. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, the
area code.
Man, damn.
way back in the day. But so in Lancaster, when did you like start getting involved in music and all that shit? Because you're a badass drummer, dude. I mean, you've always been a good drummer, good musician.
Probably like 8th grade, I like was, you know, reading skateboard magazines and started like looking at shit. And then I was like, always saw the fucking little advertisement for like the Missing 23rd album. And then they were playing this venue called Savannah. And I was like, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go check this out. And then saw a bunch of like homies from high school, like people I didn't like from high school, and like, all these people. And I was like, we were all just at the show, and like even the people I didn't like were just like, "Hey, what's up? Like, you like this music?" I was like, "We'll find out." Like, I like
Yeah.
Subhumans, so
Oh, okay.
That's
What was that? The first show, like your first?
That was my
real
first
experience?
show,
What, and
and-
who do you remember who played?
Wade's band. I forgot the name of them, but Wade had some band.
Wade
that
will be
played.
pissed, by the way. I just forgot that. He's a mutual friend from out there. He's a good kid.
Sean was security, and yeah, Missing 23rd played.
oh, so his Missing 23rd was like really one
Yeah.
of your first shows, huh?
yeah, first show.
Trippy, dude.
It's fucking so tight.
Yeah. They were such an important band for so many people, dude.
They were. And
know?
then they were just so like welcoming and just like, oh, hey, what's up? Like, hang out with us.
That seems to be a pretty common denominator
Yeah.
with the punk bands.
Well, yeah, and that's we've talked about it a lot, but that was the draw for me. It's a participation sport.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You really like you can meet people and hang out, and there's no barriers to entry. There's nothing. You know what I mean? Where being a metalhead, you'd never meet those guys.
I was talking to someone not that long ago. I was like, man, it's so weird. Like the punk scene when we were kids was like, if you saw another punk across the street, you like ran over to them to be like, hey, what's up?
What
like,
the fuck?
And they'd be like, holy shit. Like, yeah, another punk. And now it's
Yeah.
like so saturated. Like you see other punks and like, I still do it sometimes. Like, oh shit, what's up, man? They're like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like, dude, I used to get beat up and stabbed over this shit. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, you had to earn that shit back in
yeah.
the day, dude.
And it was like, it was so cool and welcoming. And now I'm like, why are you guys, like, you guys have forgot, like, some of the spirit of it, I feel like.
Well,
they-
because
they're not
now it's
taught.
a phase of your life. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, I think really when I got into punk, I was in like heavier shit, but then it became that part where like in the 90s, it was you were either a insta punk or remember there was like a whole thing where it's like if you didn't like punk for long enough, you couldn't fucking dress like a punk. People were like, there's all these barriers to entry. You know what I mean? And I think it was really bands like Green Day and they commercialized punk rock, which
Yeah.
is fine.
Yeah.
I really like Green Day, you know what I mean? But that kind of shit commercialized it so much that the guys that literally got called fag every fucking day, you know what I mean,
Right,
for
yeah.
having a mohawk or whatever.
Yeah.
Everyone was like, fuck these kids, dude. Like, you don't get to fucking, and then here comes Hot Topic, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Selling like fucking, you know what I mean?
Everything, yeah.
Everyone, all the punks like are up in arms about it, dude. You know what I mean?
And
It was
they
like,
all still went there and bought a business
oh,
shirt.
100%.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
I remember everyone found out they were selling like punk pants, you know what I mean? Like the bondage
Oh,
pants.
yeah, yeah.
I was like, that's fucking stupid. And then you'd see the next week, someone rolls up in them and you're like, let me see that tag, big dog.
Yeah. Yeah. What's
Hot
up with
Topic
that?
on that? What's up, dude?
Some lip service pants you got? Hot Topic?
Yeah.
You know
But it
other
was
store around
like,
here?
you had to earn it back, I think we might be the last generation that had to earn shit,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's odd, man. But when did you actually start playing like music and shit?
I mean, I always wanted to, just I never really pushed it, but really until like I moved to Arizona and started a band out there,
Mm-hmm.
and they were like, "Holy shit, you actually know how to kind of play drums, huh?"
Nice.
I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, I guess I do.
What got you to Arizona? Why'd you move from the desert
I just
to the
had
desert?
to get the fuck out of the desert. Is
that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just like, I'm fucking up, and too many drugs, too many women, too many just not doing anything right. It was like, if I stay in AV, I'll just stay a local AV legend, but I want to do more, and I
Right.
gotta go somewhere where I can't stay in that hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel you.
That's how I ended up moving out of like Oxnard. And it was only from Oxnard to Ventura, but it was, I
Still.
could not stay in Oxnard. There was no way. It was just not going to end well,
Yeah, same. That's why I was like,
Why Arizona? Did you have family and people to live with?
no, I had a buddy who had a house out there, and he was like,
Phoenix? Where
yeah,
Okay.
Scottsdale.
God damn, you went from hot desert to hotter desert, dude.
Yeah.
It's fucking rough out
Dude, and it sucked because like 6 months in us living out there, the power went out, and it was our first summer.
Oh.
And like the whole like HOA like had no power for like 3 days, and it was
shit.
just like, why did we do this?
Yeah.
And he had just moved back to the States from Germany because he was
Okay.
stationed out there. It was like, oh God,
This is
I'm going to
oh,
die.
this is terrible.
Yeah.
Like went out one day and like our trash can was literally like half melted, and I was like, this isn't real. This isn't real.
Dude, it literally, I had a guitar almost melt in our trailer when we played a show there.
Oh shit.
It was like I pulled it
Yeah.
out of our trailer and it had fucking bubbles where the finish was starting to bubble up. I was like, what the fuck? It was 120 or something, It must have been 150 in that fucking trailer. But every time I went to Arizona, it was always in the middle of fucking August or July. You know what I mean? Being on tour, it's like, it is what it is. You take the heat or you
Yeah.
fucking try to tour through the winter and good luck with that. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I
It's brutal.
I don't know if I could do winter tours, at least on like going to East Coast.
Yeah.
Like, no, too much snow.
Do
I don't
you,
like
do you
the
think
snow.
are you thinking about doing a tour anytime soon?
No, I mean, My last 2 tours I booked for Japan, they all like that all went to shit because of COVID. But
Right.
Yeah.
I'm chilling right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were kind of talking about on the way, and you haven't been playing music lately,
Yeah.
which kind of make
putting it on the back burner for now.
Yeah.
Gonna start some new like dark wavy stuff.
There you go.
Yeah.
Still
Yeah.
cooking.
Still cooking.
Yeah, how'd you get into being a fucking cook? Do you consider yourself a chef or a cook? What do you?
Chef.
I know you're a chef,
I'm a
right?
chef.
Yeah.
Oh, did you go to school?
I went
and
to
do all
school
that? Oh,
and
okay. Where'd
did
you go?
everything. It's called the California Kitchen Academy. And then it got bought out by Le Cordon Bleu, and then they went under. So now sometimes I'm like, if I go somewhere and I like tell them this is my school, they're like, well, where's your certificate or where's this?
all doesn't count.
It doesn't exist
It doesn't
anymore.
exist. Well, that's how like a lot of those photography students in Ventura, Brooks. You ever seen there was a
Yeah.
Brooks
Oh
Institute?
yeah.
Kenny, did you go to Brooks? You did? Oh shit, Kenny.
I'm gonna say like,
Certificates like, who's Brooks?
Yeah, literally, yeah.
right? Like,
Yeah,
That's
all of a
fucked
sudden
up.
they fucking lost their funding or something or failed or whatever.
Yeah.
All these students just had paid thousands and thousands of dollars and have nothing now.
Yeah.
Nothing to show
yeah.
for it, you know what I mean?
I mean, you're a chef. You've been doing it a long time.
Yeah.
At this point, I mean, not many people last being a chef. It's a hard ass job.
it is, and it's long hours and sometimes no breaks. And you're like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did a 12-hour day, and I was like, oh, damn. And it's like, no, but like that's no breaks.
Straight.
That's straight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On
Yeah.
my feet. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. It's rough, man. You got to have a good pair of fucking shoes, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Oh yeah. But I mean, it's also still how I get like my creativity out. So
Right.
still like to me an art form.
Yeah.
I love to cook. I cook all the time, man. I'm not going to call myself a chef, but I'm a damn good cook.
Oh, yeah.
And I love it. People talk to me though and go, "Hey, man, why don't you start a food truck or why don't you do something?" I'm like, "I don't know.
Why don't
No,
you
no,
go
no.
on
No.
this show?
Yeah, yeah.
Why don't you go on this show? I don't want to.
Yeah. Well, it's like the equivalent.
Yeah.
You're in a band. They're like, why don't you guys like try to go tour with Metallica or something? You're like, yeah. Sounds cool, dude. Cool story.
Great.
Yeah. Fuck. Great. Yeah. I'll just call them up, dude. You know what I mean? It's like
Let me have my agent talk to their agent.
when you have like
Yeah.
a real skill set, and you do, you know what I mean? And I've mentioned this a million times. When you guys were at the ranch house up there in Ojai,
Oh, yeah.
you made me a fucking pork chop that literally made me tear up, dude.
No shit.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And I think, were you vegan at the time? Or are you still
Still
vegan?
am, still am,
vegan.
yeah.
Vegan chef.
Vegan?
fucking- yeah. Yeah, made
Yeah,
me a pork
20
chop that
years.
was so goddamn
You've been
good.
vegan for 20 years? You look healthy.
Almost 20 years actually. Wait.
Who
went
gives a shit? If it's
18?
almost, that's close enough.
Yeah.
Wow, you look really healthy for a vegan. I mean, most vegans don't necessarily
yeah, they don't.
look
They don't
healthy.
look
Well, I mean, now
look at
nowadays
John
it's
Scheimer.
like-
John Scheimer does not look healthy. He's just round and bloated. It's not a good look.
John's on the tour life, so
Oh.
he's not eating like home cooked meals every night.
He's
Yeah.
but I mean, he's vegan like he looks like me. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? You're like, hey,
well, that's
Come
now
on,
they
what are
got
we
all
doing
the. It's just junk food, straight up.
that's what it is.
Dude.
You know what I mean? That's-
I had a good friend that was a couple good friends that were vegetarians back in the early 90s, and one of them was fat. And I'm like,
Yeah.
And I'm like, how are you not in, I mean, I did because I talk shit to him constantly, but how are you fat and vegetarian? Like, and I was
Dude.
asking, they're like, and he'd go to Busy Bee and order a plate of fries.
Oh, yeah.
And that's, or he'd just get pasta and no, I'm like, oh, okay,
Yeah, I
well,
think
I can get that then.
all during COVID, all I ate was like chicken nuggets, like the vegan nuggets, and whatever I could throw in the air fryer. I got to like 290 for a while.
Did you
and
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
Damn,
why
really?
Yeah,
I don't remember seeing you that big.
bro. I
Just
looked
because
at
he was in
saw
the
some
house
pictures,
hiding
yeah.
and shit.
I saw some pictures like, is that what I look? No one's making fun of me. God damn, my friend.
Oh, come outside, dude. I'll do it. If I see you, I'll make fun of you real quick.
Yeah.
No, but then I started I got into salads. Mm-hmm. And believe it or not, I'm a vegan that hated salads.
Sure.
Like, hated salads.
That's actually a very common thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It seems like to me because when I went vegetarian at like 18 for 2 years, and I've always been fat. I got so much fatter when I was a vegetarian because I didn't like fruit. I literally didn't like veggies at all. I didn't eat salads. All I ate was like,
Why the fuck did you go vegetarian?
I don't know, man. I was involved. I was trying to be fucking. I was cool. I was punk. I was trying to fucking try something out.
That doesn't.
I don't
One of the
know,
things that
man.
doesn't make sense to me at all.
I know, but
is
you just
how
try things.
and I know this.
It's like the
because
same way you went gay for like fucking 5 years.
I was in jail.
Well, there you go, dude.
A cup of soup is a cup of soup.
That's right, dude.
No, it's
Adapt.
just something that has surprised me is how many people that I know that are into the punk scene and been into the punk scene are vegetarian.
Right.
And it doesn't. It's like,
Well, because you don't want to
know.
fucking you don't want to support fucked up shit. You're trying to weed out these things in your life. You make these like mental connections where you don't want to support things, and then this and that. And I mean, as
Okay.
much as I like animals, it's not really an animal thing for me. And if it is, then great. But I just tried it, and I got so much fatter because I didn't know how to eat. You know what I mean? All I ate was animal style grilled cheeses from In-N-Out for like fucking 2 years.
That'll
dude.
do it.
Yeah, and bean fucking burritos from
delicious.
fucking Taco Bell. You know what I mean? Literally woke up a year and a half later, and I was like, I'm pretty sure a fucking cheeseburger is healthier than this, dude.
At that point, probably.
Yeah, it literally was. I mean, because I was eating so terribly, but when you see someone that's like a vegan or vegetarian does it right, they take like supplements and you were telling me that you run your ass to work every day, which is nuts. You know what I mean? Like, and you live way in downtown and you work at the fucking harbor and you run to work every fucking day.
Yeah,
run to work
I was
and
either
then work.
Run to work or run home from work. But
Right.
it started out as like walking.
Sure.
Then it was like, all right, well, let me run from here to here. And I was like, but I also smoke like an idiot. So
Okay.
I don't know if my lungs can handle this. And then it was like, oh, wait, I can run from this street light to this street light. And now I can run from this corner to this corner. And then one day I was like, fuck it, I'm going to just run the whole way and see if I can do it.
And you did it?
And I did it.
Wow.
So then I just started doing it,
Yeah. And that's how you've been staying healthy and
Yeah, that's how
obviously
I've been
eating right. You know what I
keeping
mean?
in shape and starting to eat correct.
What is it? What do you supplement? Do you supplement anything for protein?
Nah,
Nothing at all.
nothing.
No?
No vitamins.
No vitamins, no nothing?
I mean, now with vegan food, it's all like they use certain like mung beans and pea protein, and they get all these like different proteins and just pack it in. It's like,
Right.
well, you're eating this vegan like beef that has more protein than regular beef and less cholesterol, so tight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's odd, man, because for me, that stuff, it's not like I'm a fucking health guru or anything. I don't have any place to talk, but I see those like Impossible Burgers and shit. You look at them, and I look at the things, and I'm like, there's a 1 million like points of sodium in here, and it's all fucking processed hydrogenated oils, and you're like, there's no way your body's like, fuck yeah, that's good. You know what I mean? But also, I've been known to stuff some fucking carnitas fries in my mouth too, at fucking 1 a.m. So,
I mean, it's all balance.
yeah. Yeah, but 20 years, you've been really, I didn't know it was that
like-
long.
Just about. I mean, was vegetarian for a while, and actually Sean and Scheimer were the ones that like got me to go vegetarian. And then I was living at this punk house, Alexo. Me and my homies are like, we really got like fucking let's stop half-assing our beliefs. Like,
See, that's
let's just go vegan.
Yeah,
And
totally.
like I remember the day me and my buddy Tim at the time were like, all right, we're going vegan. And we got smoked so much weed, and we're like in our kitchen eating these chocolate muffins. We dumpster dive, and like our other roommate comes home. He's like, "Didn't you guys just like drunkenly yell at each other about going vegan yesterday?" We're like, after these muffins,
I'm gonna fucking get all in as soon as
we're
I'm done
learning.
with these. Fucking yeah, but then there's back when we were younger, there was the Krusties and then the Freegans, right?
Oh,
Remember
yeah.
the Freegans are the worst. Guys that were vegan until the food was given to them, then they'd eat whatever. You know what I mean? It was like, oh my god, dude, you're killing
and
me.
then
you
like
know?
some of those people were. It's not like they were train hopping or anything. It's just
Yeah.
like
They're just gross.
I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
so
Just gross ass people.
you're just trying to be cool to
You're also just a cheap fuck.
yeah, you're just cheap. Just say that.
That's ridiculous, dude. Oh,
Any of my friends, if anybody around us was vegan, you just got clowned. It was nonstop. Just what is wrong with you? You don't want some of this tri-tip we just cooked?
Yeah.
You don't want some of this brisket or this chicken or this mac and
I
cheese or
still
the
get
collard
that.
greens?
Yeah, but then the problem is that you can cook it better than most of them.
Yeah. And then the other thing is I'd go vegan if you cooked for me every day.
Sure.
And I'm like, cool,
Yeah.
well, pay me.
Yeah.
Yeah, no shit.
I'll be a private chef.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Sounds
I'll do
great.
it.
Yeah.
And then they're like, nah.
No.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah. Of course, no. So when did you go to culinary school? What made you make that decision? Did you and Sean do it at the same time?
Nah, me and Sean actually graduated high school at the same time.
Okay.
Because we both dropped out. Obviously, different years, but we both dropped out.
That's a graduation, huh?
And like, I ended up finding this like online like high school that was like a actual like accredited school, and you were getting your actual diploma, and it was like $100 something online. Test was easy as fuck.
Yeah.
Like they basically gave you the answers when you got them wrong.
Right.
And then you got your high school diploma, and I called Sean. I was like, dude, like, do
Fucking
this.
do this.
And he was like, what? And then he did it, and I was like, cool. Well, now that I got my diploma, I got to do something. And I was like, only thing I really give a fuck about is music and cooking. So
Right.
Was there somebody in your family that inspired you, or what got you into it?
I guess I was just like naturally drawn to it. Like, I mean, my grandmother cooked, and I like go watch her cook all the time.
Yeah.
But like, I was like 5 years old, went in the kitchen, pulled up a chair, grabbed some eggs, pulled the chair up to the stove, and was like scrambling some eggs at like 5 years old. And
Hell
like,
yeah.
my mom came down and was like, what the fuck? And,
I made eggs.
yeah,
dude.
I was like, oh, want some eggs.
Just naturally drawn to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I meant to ask, like, so I know you were raised around your grandparents, right? And your parent. What was your home life like? I mean, I'm sure it was.
It was cool.
You
I
got
mean,
mom and a dad and all
my
that. but-
dad wasn't really around. Like, yeah, he was a gay dude living in LA trying to pretend he wasn't gay. And,
Oh, really?
Ooh.
yeah, like my mom she didn't really like Palmdale, so she basically stayed in LA, but was still somehow always around.
Okay.
You know, but I basically, I was raised by like my grandfather.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was-
And so your dad took off and went and lived that life, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I would see him some summers, but me and him just like never really.
It's
Like,
still to this day?
yeah.
No,
Still to this
nothing.
day, it's like we're cool, but we're not like.
Did
like
he finally
whatever.
come out as gay
Whatever.
and do it?
I guess he still hasn't technically, but
Except for right now on the podcast.
I didn't know. Well, because I always knew.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I
How
mean,
did-
I've walked in on him.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. All right. All
With my
right. Okay.
stepdad.
Cool.
Hey,
Hey,
stuff.
wait, back up. Yeah.
Yeah.
like you know when I was a kid.
Hold on.
Yeah.
You walked in on your dad with your stepdad.
Yeah,
Ooh.
Oh.
Really?
yeah. I
Wow,
mean, but
that's
I grew
wild.
up with it, so it was like I never saw anything wrong with it.
Mm.
And I remember being like little and going like saying something to my grandmother about like Darren, who's now my like stepdad, but
Mm-hmm.
I was like said something like dad's boyfriend, blah blah, and they were like weirded out by it. And my mom was like, you can't say that, and I was like, oh.
So it was like a known thing,
Well,
but
It's like,
you
it's
didn't
like you
talk
guys
about it.
don't know, but okay, or
What-
you guys know, but we're not talking about it, but I am.
Were your grandparents' church?
Oh yeah.
So then
Oh,
the
yeah.
black community does not support gays.
They mostly don't.
Yeah.
Mostly
Yeah.
don't.
Mostly do not.
And it's crazy because we've gone into this, but I have a lot of black family. I grew up around black people my whole life,
Yeah.
and
So you know the culture.
oh yeah, very 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 much so. And like watch one person post something that is horribly, if you're homosexual, this was what will happen, and then I'm like, your nephew right here is obviously gay and has always been gay, and this is what like. But and when everybody's around each other, it's all you know. But
so still all love, but they like
yeah,
kind of shun it.
yeah. I mean, one of the reasons Prop 8 got voted down was because of the black community. Is what I've read was a big part of it was the churches and stuff going, we can't allow this.
Huh.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. It's black folks get weird about stupid shit.
Yeah.
yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
100%,
fucking.
man.
You know what though? Everyone fucking. You know, I grew up around a bunch of ignorant fucks too. You know what I mean? It's like, and it. Not only was it not talked about, it was talked about all fucking day. You know what I mean? You're like, fuck, dude. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, you know, it's wild how the culture has changed over this last fucking 20 plus years. You know, because the things that my kids say to me. I was just on the podcast last week telling Scout, fucking with her, talking about, like, what would you do if I became a gay guy? And she's like, oh, well, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, but what if I became gay and then, like, abandoned you guys because I wanted to be gay? She's like, I don't know. And I'm like, well, so you hate gays, right? She's like, like, just fucking with her, you know what I mean? Like, but it's like the conversations that I have now with my kids, because I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I don't care who's who. You do whatever you want. Be a good human,
Yeah.
When I was in high school and stuff, we didn't give a shit either. I mean, we clowned everybody equally. But we didn't.
But there was
care.
a lot of people that did give a shit. You know what I mean?
I don't know, man. We talked a lot of shit to whoever. Like, it was just always, we were always talking trash to each other. But, like, we weren't going to beat somebody up because they were gay. We'd beat you up because you were from a different neighborhood.
Yeah.
But
it's like, oh, you're on the wrong street, dude.
Yeah.
Your gay ass. Get out of here.
Yeah,
The gay was a byproduct. It
when
was
you
like a
said that
secondary
running-
thing.
Yeah, that was like, that's not why you're doing. Just so you know, this isn't a hate crime for
has
this
nothing
reason.
to do with nothing.
You guys are so
Yeah.
woke. You're whipping someone's ass. You're like, wait, he's gay. You're like, one less kick in the head, dude.
Yeah.
Because that's how fucking
We'll take
on it
it
we
easy
are.
on
That's
you.
how accepting we are
Yeah.
out here in Lemonwood, dude. Yeah, it's ridiculous, dude. I don't know. I get so tripped out on, because I got tons of family members that just still, that same old taught bullshit rhetoric. You know what I
yeah.
mean? I'm like, God,
I still get into it with my cousins sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm like, why can't trans people just exist? Like,
right.
I'm like, well, this. I'm like, yeah, well, they used to say the same shit about us, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
See, and again, I'm older, and I never, like, growing up and all this shit, I never thought of a trans person as anything other than whatever.
Yeah, they're just
There was
people.
no, like, it wasn't, like, all this shit that now is, like, we've hated them and we've been beating them up and doing all this stuff. I'm like, well, I understand that, but we all kind of went through that shit. I got beat up for being white in the neighborhoods I grew up in. That happened. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
it's irrelevant to everybody. But watching all these other people, it's like, if you're, like, it just didn't seem until now, like, how it's like, oh no, it was a constant thing. Like, that if you're at a bar in New York and you walk and you end up in the wrong neighborhood, there's a chance you're going to get beat up.
Right.
But that's for anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Whether
Whether
it's, with the trans people, they're just literally most of the time just getting beat up because of that, like, just for existing. Right neighborhood, wrong neighborhood. It's like,
Yeah, it's hard to,
See, but
so weird.
As a kid, it was kind of the same thing for everybody. If you go into the wrong area, if you're hanging out with your people and doing your stuff, then you're good. But if you go into the wrong area, you go in the wrong spots. Like, we didn't, and again, man, maybe this is just from my perspective.
right. Yeah.
Well,
you had a perspective where, like, your old man you were around a bunch of fucking psychos. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there was a bunch
and
of
I was
crazy
around a
ass
bunch
people.
of psychos, but a lot of them ignorant as fuck. So that shit, like, what you experience
Yeah.
is not what I experienced. I was literally, like, taught things that were like, and as an adult, you're like, I would never ever say these things out loud. You know what I mean? And it took me a long time to be like, oh, this is some weird shit, because there's a million fucking, at Wild Planet, I worked with, the owner was a gay man, drag queen, fucking all those guys.
Who was
His name's Peter.
Peter,
Great
okay,
dude. You know what I mean? And he was like, yeah, I shouldn't be putting out his story, honestly, but he came out as gay very early, like in the 70s.
Oh, shit.
And that motherfucker went through hell. You know what I mean? Like, just being him. And he told so many stories about just the most horrendous shit people would do to him or try to do him, pulling over and beating him up on the street just for being him. You know what I mean? So there, as much as you didn't experience it, a lot of fucking people have. You know what I mean? And it's not unjustified, those comments, to me at least, because it does fucking happen, dude.
Yeah. I always pretty much put it in the perspective of growing up a black punk in Antelope Valley.
Right.
Like, I would walk down the street with a giant green mohawk and still have a bunch of Nazis go, "Hey, you a sharp?"
Yeah.
What?
Excuse me?
Huh?
Yeah.
And then, like, have to, like, get in a fight with, like, 15 Nazis.
Right,
Just
yeah.
because I'm some black dude who has a green mohawk. Like,
Right. you were a target. You know,
yeah,
at
it was
this
like
point.
I probably could have been any other fucking black dude, and they might have said something,
Yeah.
but they probably wouldn't have. Like
Right.
if I was in like a FUBU shirt, which I could have been.
Yeah. Fubu with a mohawk, dude.
Yeah. Well, my mom bought my clothes.
Okay.
Dude, I remember I was so excited once because I found a pair of FUBU shoes, like blue suede FUBU shoes, and at the thrift store, dude, and I fucking rocked those things forever. And literally, people were like, "What are those?" You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing?
They
Dude?
really
I'm
hit
all,
you with the
"They're
what are
fucking
those?"
cool, dude. I liked them. You know what I mean? But yeah, the struggle of the past is like, you know, it's so weird when you see the perspectives because, you know, I grew up a fucking white dude. I didn't, you know what I mean? Like I didn't experience any of that shit. I was taught a lot of fucking weird shit, not by my family. Like my parents were cool, but everyone around us was a fucking nightmare. And as I got older, I ended fucking parties. You know what I mean? Over like arguing with, I'd make it so fucking awkward. Everyone would be like, you know, because I'd hear some ignorant fucking shit flying out of people's mouths, and I just can't like, you know, it just drives you nuts. You know,
At some point, you're like, I understand that you're not gonna change, but I
can't hear it,
Gotta
dude.
say
Shut up.
something.
I got my kids
Yeah.
here, dude. I got my
Yeah.
kids here, and if you drop one more N-bomb, I'm gonna fucking kill you. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like that kind of shit. But the perspective of growing up is, you know, so wildly different from people. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
you know, you just can't fucking. You can only run from your lane. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
a lot of us are not smart enough to step outside and go, what the fuck else is going on around here? You know?
Well, that lane. It's just hard to get off of when you're growing up, man. You know, I got the shit kicked out of me. Fuck, man, starting in kindergarten.
Yeah.
Because I was trash. I was just poor fucking trash, and so I got fucked with and beat up constantly, and went to school, new school. It was fucking a nightmare. So I think that sometimes my perspective does get a little askew because I'm like, oh shit, doesn't everybody go through that? you know what I mean?
It's
Like
not
that's
just-
when you guys are
that's just
talking like,
normal.
it's just kind of like, you just until you can fucking stand up and start smacking people back, you just got to kind of go through this shit, I guess, you know. But I guess it isn't the right perspective.
Well, I mean, it's not a wrong
not
perspective
wrong.
at all. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's not a wrong perspective. It's just there's fucking people that have had horrible things done to them just for existing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're like, God damn, bro. Like you know,
I-
endless stories. You know?
Anytime I see a black dude in Ventura, I immediately am like, hey man, what's going on? I'm Jay. How you know? And like immediately start talking to him.
Right? You're like, there's only 6 of you, so
Yeah, seriously, man. You know, and at a certain point, I knew who all of them were, and we were friends. You know,
Yeah.
but then looking like I look and being around Ventura, it blew my mind how racist it is, man. Just have people standing around, and you know, when I moved to Ventura, it was stay out of trouble. Don't, you know, if I get in trouble, I go to prison. So let's not do that. So, you know, you're standing there and somebody's dropping an N-bomb next to you, and you're just like, man, yeah. You know, until it gets to the point where you just got to say something.
Yeah.
I got kicked out of Billy O's because some dude just kept dropping N-bombs, man. And
Well, Billy O's was pretty known for that, dude.
yeah.
shit, there was that last fucking Wrath show. The
Oh,
dude with
yeah.
the fucking Nazi shirt on.
Dude,
I was like,
that was fucking.
I was like, yo,
bullshit.
dude, just flip your shirt inside out. You can stay.
Right.
Like, enjoy
Right.
the show. And he was like, I ain't doing shit.
Where was that at?
Bombay.
Bombay.
We
Was
played
it
the
at
last-
Bombay?
I
There was
forgot
a dude
about
wearing
that.
a Nazi shirt?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the fucking
totally.
SS thing with the fucking skull. And I was like, just flip it inside out and enjoy the show.
Right.
And he like was like, no,
Fuck
I ain't
you,
doing
dude.
shit.
Yeah.
And then he got his ass beat. And Craig got on the mic and was like, fuck that piece of shit. Like,
Yeah.
fuck him
Wow.
up.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally.
I totally missed it. I was there.
Yeah, it was a weird moment, dude.
Yeah.
I was honestly on ecstasy. I think we had bought Molly that night, and halfway through the set, we took Molly.
No
so it was.
shit.
I don't know if it was before it kicked in or after, but I just remember watching you have a fucking scuffle, and then I was like,
ripped that dude's shirt
"Stop,
off.
stop,
Did you?
dude!" Yeah, they ripped his
Man.
shirt off of him. And they beat him right out of the fucking
Good.
venue.
Fuck that dude.
Yeah, and I was like, "Fuck, get him! Fuck this motherfucker!"
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, I don't know. It's just a weird. The whole issue is so fucking. It's so gross. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
it is.
Anyway, you know, I think it's going to end racism though. Is when this whole world collapses. around us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've been looking at all the news, all these financial collapses, and fucking Paris is burning. Have you seen the videos of Paris? The protests in
Yeah,
Paris?
yeah, where they're sitting in the cafe and
Yeah,
everybody's
it's a-
eating, and the buildings outside
Buildings are on fire and
they're
shit.
just sitting there. Just
You know what the protests are over?
No,
They want to raise the retirement age from
yeah.
62 to 64. And this is, I don't like the French. I'll say it right now. I don't fucking like them. I don't like hearing them talk. I don't fucking like them. I'm sure there's some nice French people. It annoys me. But when I see those motherfuckers willing to burn down their country over like them moving the retirement age, it makes me eat my words a little bit, dude. Because here we are as Americans, they raise the retirement age, everyone goes, I guess I'll just work till 67. Fuck it. You know what I mean? we don't do shit. You know what I mean? But those guys are out there fucking getting with it, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that
all the time. Like,
It's crazy,
France is
yeah.
like 90% always on fire. 'Cause
Really? Yeah.
Their government like will do something and people are like start throwing Molotovs at them. Fuck
Fuck 'em.
them.
Yeah.
I think that part of it is, I mean, if you kind of have ever studied history at all,
No.
they've been doing this forever.
Yeah, they're revolutionary
And I think
people.
that outside of the United States, a lot of the countries are like that. You know, like Turkey has gone through it. Greece went through it.
Israel
Like,
fucking right now. Is
yeah,
a
I mean,
wild
they all are
protest,
like,
you know?
man, no. We're done with this. This ain't going to work. Where we're just kind of have...
Well, we've never had to
just
suffer
turned
for
into-
nothing.
yeah.
America's never suffered for shit. You know
Well,
what I mean?
There
Like,
was... we have in the past. We definitely have suffered. You know, and
I mean,
you're
the Great
definitely speaking
Depression.
from a
I
white
am.
privileged place.
Oh, Jesus.
Here we go
Here we
again. You know, but
God damn it, dude. I just can't. Yeah.
but we really had. I mean, during the Depression, we had some
Sure.
rough times, and you know, 2008 for a lot of people was pretty rough financially.
Sure.
But after that, they just kind of tend to forget.
Yeah, man,
You know.
but we do not, our government does not fear us.
Nah.
That's the fucked
no,
up
no,
part.
no.
And
Our
you know
government
what's,
gave
like,
us the Patriot Act and we went, okay.
we're
Yeah.
all good.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah.
Mass surveillance, we're good.
Yeah, we're going to help you guys and live through another terrorist attack or stop a terrorist attack by spying on you.
Yeah.
You
We're
know.
going to make you guys tattle on each other. Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just so honestly, like when I see that shit, and there's maybe deeper shit, but I watched a crazy video of have you seen the video of the Macron? What's his fucking name? The president, the French president, Macron. I'm fucking this. Whatever.
Macron.
He's doing a fucking news report, right? He's like on the news. They're questioning about shit, and at one point, you watch him. He removes his $80,000 watch under his table and takes it off while he's trying to explain to the country why they need to roll back and reset and reorganize their fucking their
So
their
was it
country.
he just realized that in the middle of it that he's wearing this expensive watch and everybody's going to see it?
he's-
And talk
I,
shit?
yeah, but it's such a weird
Did
move.
he assume
dude.
that everyone thinks he's broke?
Well, I don't know. You know what I mean? But it's just
I'm
like
are they going to rob him?
Yeah.
Like, is he about to get
Like, is he
jumped and
getting
his shit
robbed?
taken?
I don't know. It's just like he realized like it's a weird video, man. You watch him, he's talking, and all of a sudden he has this crazy I don't know what it is. I don't know what an $80,000 watch would even be called. But you'd see him, he fucking drops his hand and then he puts his hand back out and it's gone. Why? He's in the middle of telling everyone, well, things are getting tight around here. Like, the only thing
Yeah.
that's tight is your fucking wrist, you cocksucker. You know what I mean? Like, it's just so weird, man. Whereas, Trump would be like, check it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and we'd be like, cool, dude. That's cool. That's fucking cool as shit. Look at that fucking necklace, bro. It's like, I just feel like, it's like, God damn, man. Like, I feel like there's just been something coming. You know what I mean? Especially with the dollar about to collapse. Oh, it's fucking crazy. It's going to get nuts, man. And I know you've always been a pretty gnarly, like, anarchist. Me and you have had many drunk conversations about political beliefs and stands and shit.
Yeah.
I mean,
Remind sometimes everyone goes, it's a little too unrealistic. I'm like, yeah, well, so was space travel at one point.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you see as far as, do you see anything coming? Is there anything like with, because we've talked about you're really like, not that you're an anarchist. I don't know how you consider yourself, but we've had these like beautiful utopian conversations about people getting along and shit. But
Yeah. I mean, I think it's possible. It's just we got to get over our conditioning because it's like there's so many places that are living in like these great socialist like economies and thriving, and we're over here like, oh, we can't do it. It's like, but why?
Yeah.
We do,
What's
With
stopping
certain things,
us?
right?
we do it. We do live in a semi-socialist
Somewhat.
yeah,
Somewhat.
but it's it's just this total two-party system, and
Yeah,
we could easily have a good system and easily get along, but they just are, just killing that at making money off of war and and the health system. The health system's so screwed up, and you can't blame it on anything but the politicians and the politicians letting everybody pay them and go, okay, yeah, we'll post this.
Both parties. It's
Yeah,
like-
yeah. Oh
they're
no,
all
there's
disgusting.
there's one party.
Yeah. Oh,
There's
yeah,
one party. It's either one way or the
solid
other,
party.
but there's one party, and
They all sit at the same dinner table.
That's
most
true, yeah.
definitely, man. The same people who are controlling Trump are the same exact people that are controlling Biden. Both of them are pieces of shit as far as I'm concerned. Biden ain't doing nothing except the opposite of what Trump did in a different direction, but it isn't better. Stop with
Yeah.
it's better, and I'd vote for Biden, all this shit,
we
man.
can
Man, stop.
we can turn Biden left. I'm like, what? What?
At what point?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like, win? Yeah. I mean, the only thing he's turning is his fucking brain over and over again. You know what I mean? Like every speech you watch, you're like, God damn, dude. But I mean, I would just love, I just read an article today about a New York senator that fucking bought stock in this bank that was about to have a massive buyout. 2 days later, that stock, $15,000 she put into it. 2 days later, that stock went up 35%. So she made fucking 35% on her. You know what I mean? It's like that when you really get into like what the fuck's wrong with this country. I mean, I would love to see people get along and make things work and socialism and in a real way.
Yeah. And it seems like Americans have the capability to do that, but it's like they only do it when tragedy strikes.
Right. Yeah.
For a brief moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, brief moment. But I mean, if all of this financial stuff really, like, if everything collapses and the dollar collapses, like China's doing a really good job making happen, we'll see what happens. We may end up going, wait a minute, we now have a food shortage because of this, that, or the other, and there's all kinds of reasons that's going on, and they're ignoring all of that, and just the many, many reasons that could make it so that, I mean,
It's sad that it takes like devastation to create like something better.
But that's kind of the
We haven't
thing. You
dealt
need
with it
destruction.
yet.
You need chaos to create. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
And that's where like the punk fucking asshole in me is like, I get so excited, dude. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, not that I want to see people suffer, but I'm like, this is where the work fucking starts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, shit collapses. It's going to get fucking bad. The dollar goes to nothing, dude. All our jobs mean shit. Our pay
this is
means
when we
nothing.
can really
but this
rebuild
is when we
something
can
better.
fucking rebuild. We can unionize things. We could fucking make sure the people are in charge. The fucking government fears their own fucking people and has to act accordingly. That's like where I get stoked. You know what I mean? The rest of it's gonna suck. You know what I mean? And I'm probably gonna be dead anyway. You know what I mean? But I get, we've had like a million drunk conversations about fucking, this place tearing itself apart. You know what I mean?
And it's coming.
You think?
Oh, yeah.
Are you feel like you're ready? How do you feel about it?
No, I'm not ready.
No, no one's ready.
I don't have any land. I don't have a place to grow food. Like,
Yeah.
I'm still just trying to get the fuck out of this country.
Yeah. Are you?
Oh yeah.
Is that the plan?
That's my plan eventually.
Yeah, because you had mentioned you were trying to move out.
I was trying to go to Puerto Rico for a while. Just buy a little plot of land and
Right.
grow some food, start a commune, and
Yeah. Get a
Yeah.
bunch of wives
get a bunch of wives.
or husbands.
And
Start
husbands.
a cult. Yeah.
And
husbands. Start a
Start a
cult.
cult.
Yeah, totally. That's where we're fucking up.
Yeah.
We should
We
all
need
be
to
starting
start
cults.
cults.
I know. That's
That's
me and
way
my
too many people to deal with.
dude. Me and my wife talk about it all the time.
Yeah.
I have with my religious background, I can fucking preach. I can talk. I feel like I could get one over on at least a percentage of people and bring them all in. But then my wife, and she's all for it. Like, let's fucking get everybody. But then I'm going to start fucking all their wives. And that's where we have the difference. You know what I mean? That's where she's not on board.
But
but she'd be an
that's-
incredible
that's-
madam. My wife can wrangle some bitches, dude.
But
That's
it's
like
also,
key to
it's
being a
SWAT
great cult
thing, though.
leader.
right.
Yeah, but I mean, it's everybody's fucking everybody, so she'd be able to do her thing too.
No.
Yeah, that's how that works.
Not when you're
man.
God, dude.
Yeah.
Not when I'm
Yeah,
not
you
when I'm
gotta
the
Jim Jones
recreation
it.
of Jesus Christ. I mean, come on, dude. I'm fucking getting it, dude.
You're a little bit more Buddha.
Yeah, maybe.
Buddha
Either
with
way.
a beard.
Buddha fucking, dude. That's it. Yeah, no, we talk about it all the time. Like, dude, how are all these guys creating these fucking, religious cults and, churches or Joel Osteens? We're missing out, dude. We're missing out on a lot of
Those
fucking
guys
money.
are another fucking. If that anarchy shit happens, man, let's get them first.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
just start there, man, and work
Billionaires
our way up.
and the Joel Osteens of the world.
Yeah,
Joel
man.
Osteens.
Yeah, we'll work our way towards the. I think the Joels and getting to the billionaires is going to be rough. Man.
They all
it's
got
going to
good
be
bumpers.
really, really hard.
Yeah.
But the Olsteins, I think we can manage. You know?
We can get that motherfucker,
Yeah.
dude.
But he doesn't look like he'll taste very good.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. No.
Are you for cannibalism, dude? No.
You're
I
a good,
kinda
chef. You're a
am,
good
honestly.
chef.
I could probably
How
make
would
it
you do a
taste
thigh?
I know, right? Would you
Braise it.
so say we're starving
Yeah.
to death and you're vegan now, would you go cannibal before animal?
I mean, realistically, probably not.
I mean, come on. Why
You know.
I mean, if things start to really go to shit, really go to shit,
run out of-
all that stuff's going to start changing.
Yeah, human nature is
know.
gonna be to survive.
Yeah.
So if everything goes to shit and I run out of plants to eat, I'll probably eat some rabbit's liver or something. But that's
Rabbit liver.
Yeah.
That's
Because
It's got a lot of shit in it.
got a lot. All the stuff is in the livers.
but,
Like,
You have to eat very little of it.
Rabbits are not very good choice of survival food.
Yeah, it'd be all right, dude. I don't know. I'm
You
fucking,
guys do know that there's not enough fat
Fat.
and protein in a rabbit for you to survive.
Yes.
You can eat them and it'll kill you.
Yeah.
that's why
I've
you go
watched
for the
enough
liver.
alone to know
Yeah,
that, dude.
that's why I'm just gonna get the liver and that'll be good. I'm gonna go after that slow ass cow.
Yeah.
While you're running around after a
Hey,
fucking
I don't like you
rabbit.
talking about me
I've
like
chased,
that, dude.
I've chased
All right?
rabbits before, man. It's not fun.
Yeah, that's motherfucker.
You're not catching shit.
I don't know, man. I'm just fucking stoked for seeing hopefully what change could come. You know what I mean? Because I've been fucking stocking up on shit, bro. I feel like it'd be so nice to just not have to go to work. I know exactly I have like a 10-point plan that I'm fucking pulling as soon as shit gets bad, dude.
So if it gets bad, one of the things that they'll start doing is working on rebuilding our infrastructure and creating jobs within, and you're going to have to work.
Yeah, but that's way down the line, dude.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about the first
right.
fucking few years.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the first 48 hours.
That's right, dude.
First 48.
I got a whole plan. I know exactly the first 3 spots I'm going.
Did you guys ever hear where China had said a long time ago, and I wish I knew where this was at, but they had said that you will never, ever beat the beast by fighting him directly. The only way that you will beat the beast is by working at him financially, and that's what they're doing to us.
Yeah, it could be.
Did you see that Kamala Harris went down to Ghana?
No.
Yeah, went down there, and all of a sudden went down there and was like, hey, man, we need to help these people. We need to come down here and support these people and help these people.
Okay. What
And it-
sorts of natural resources do
Natural
Yeah.
resources.
Yeah.
I was like, Ghana has some really nice
Shit.
infrastructure
Right.
and
But do
money.
Well, a big part of
Oil.
that's China. A big part of that's China. China's buying up all the places everywhere, and they're doing.
Oh, yeah.
They're buying a lot of Africa, and so now all of a sudden, the vice president has a interest in let's go to Africa. We've never, ever, 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 ever given a shit in any way, shape, or form about Africa.
Right.
Now all of a
Right.
sudden they're going, hey.
Yeah.
We need to
China's
reconfigure this. Yeah, and the mineral resources and the stuff that we need.
I gotta find this. I saw this crazy video today of a dude in an African country, a leader, telling everyone on TV to start preparing to get rid of the dollar. Here, Kenyan. Here, I'm gonna play it real quick.
We got first. For the people who work numbers, I am giving you free advice that those of you who are holding dollars, you shortly might go into losses. You better do what you must.
Right. He's talking to. It's a president of Kenya is telling everyone, if you have American dollars, start getting rid of them now because it's gonna fucking. They're all going off of it. You know what I mean?
No shit.
Yeah, dude. And we're talking about a real fucking.
Yeah.
A real financial collapse of the dollar that we have never seen in our fucking history. You know what I mean? Because through all those times, the American dollar held strong. You know what I mean? It may have devalued, it may have done these things, but all these countries are starting to fucking be like, nope, we're buying fucking China money now. And that's what it's going to be our actual fucking currency at this point. You know what I mean? So when you got countries like that, Kenya, rich with fucking minerals, rich with fucking all sorts of shit that's mineable, you know what I mean? Telling everyone, get rid of your American money now. Because in a couple weeks, is literally what he said, things are going to be changing. You're like, fuck,
How
dude.
do you watch
know
this
what I mean?
shit all the time? Huh? How do you watch this shit
It gets
all
me
the
all
time?
fired up because I'm fucked
It
up,
gets
dude.
you fired up.
It does.
I agree. Dude.
See, Kenny knows what I'm talking about.
Game changing.
Game changers, dude.
Game changing. And like I've seen it coming. So it's just more and more contribution to the rollout. Once OPEC pulls the rug,
What's OPEC?
The oil industry.
The oil.
Oh, okay.
And they're there. They're right there.
Yeah. Yeah, China just signed a deal with Saudi Arabia and Iran and Russia to basically control all the things. You know what I mean?
Yeah, which is crazy because like China did so much for its people. Like they like pulled almost everyone out of poverty. Like
China did?
yeah,
Oh,
like,
fuck.
out of like poverty level. So like most people have houses, have
Sure.
food.
But you're under strict fucking
Yeah, I mean I've
strict laws, dude.
been to China and it's like
You been over there?
this. I don't want to be here, but also it's like
But
the
that's
communist side of them do some cool things.
Yeah, it's weird. It's hard to say, man. I you know, because I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You only see, like what they've been doing to people in COVID, and it's fucking horrendous.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, what is the real freedom? Being able to suffer and swim and fucking drown on your own terms, or have these basic necessities met, but under a social credit score and under fucking strict fucking, you know what I mean? Like, I don't
Like,
know.
which one is better because it's like people that live in China go, "This is great." Like,
Until it implodes.
yeah,
I
you
mean,
know.
but yeah, you never know. I mean, when your government is literally not allowing you to buy items because your social credit score is fucked up, which is something they're like literally implementing. You can't buy a house. You can't buy a
I
fucking.
mean, we have that now.
I know we kind of do. You know what I mean? And I would assume we're going there, but
What
You know.
what credit scores? That's from what 1988. It's all new.
is it? Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a game.
Oh, it's a total game.
It's a total game.
But it's just it's like, I don't know, man. The illusion of freedom is a weird fucking thing. You know what I mean?
And I mean, it seems like only like superpower countries give this illusion of freedom. Like
Right.
places like Switzerland, who obviously thriving. No one says a word about anyone that lives there. Their government, like what's happening in Switzerland. Everyone's probably chilling.
Yeah, but there's such a tiny population of people.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, what I mean, I think you can have these like utopian socialist societies if it's a manageable population, and it's, you know, but the Swiss are like so guilty on horrendous levels for transferring money from fucking Syria and holding these bank accounts for fucking warlords and allowing them to bank. You know what I mean? There's like a million, like,
Nobody.
Oh yeah,
There's
no
you know what I mean? There's no one's
No one-
untouchable. So it's
yeah.
like,
no-
it's
no
weird,
one's hands are
man.
clean.
And
Yeah.
like we're sitting here talking all this shit about freedom, and we're sitting here talking shit about
it's
freedom. You try that in China.
Yeah.
Try that China. Try that in any other of the countries we just named, and see how that goes for you.
Right.
We'd all be dead.
Yeah, it's
I
weird.
don't, know
know?
if they, I don't know if they kill people in China for freedom.
They
don't
kill.
think so?
They kill.
Nah,
They
I mean,
kill
there's a bunch
people.
of punk bands and stuff out there. And
Yeah.
But they
do they say anything
Oh,
bad
yeah.
about the Chinese
Oh
state?
hell yeah!
Do they?
Yeah.
Where does it get out though?
Only, I guess, really the only other bands there.
Yeah, it's so weird. Have you heard? I've never heard. I don't think I've ever heard an actual Chinese punk band, dude.
No shit.
No, is there some? Can you name any off the top
Can't
of your
name
head?
any. I've heard a couple of them just through listening to
Random shit.
random shit, and going like, "What the fuck?"
I mean, I would assume there's. I mean, you could see people right now. They're protesting and fighting over what they're doing to them in COVID. You know, because
Yeah.
they're still locking people in their homes or ripping people out of their apartments. All kinds of shit. You know, they're doing a lot of weird shit right over there. But
Yeah, and
you know,
then-
And the shit they're doing to the Uyghurs, and the
Yeah.
fact that if you have $1 billion
Mm-hmm.
and you don't do what they want you to do, they just take your money and kill you.
yeah. I mean, what's the guy?
I
that
mean, there's
owned,
people that have just disappeared because they're not doing what the government asked them to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I
You
mean,
know?
their government is just mostly just people. Like they're trying to work towards like full on communism. Like, and I still question everything they're doing because I don't trust any fucking governments.
Right.
Like on any level, like that.
Right.
Like, no, well,
Yeah.
but also, all right, if you're pulling all your people out of poverty, that's pretty fucking
Yeah.
cool.
It is
Yeah.
odd. Yeah.
Like that's pretty cool. That
It'd be cool if we did it. I mean, we could
Yeah.
easily.
Oh,
We
yeah,
could.
absolutely.
It wouldn't be that hard for
If
us to
we
do it, but they don't
gave
have
the
any
money
interest.
to like us instead of shitty banks that keep failing.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah, or
yeah.
build, work on building waterways that are going to be sustainable into the future, and
Yeah.
build sustainable farming, sustainable ranches, build up the freeway systems, build up the highways, build up everything so that it's a safer, better place. I
Well,
mean,
the
give
working
money
class,
into the
yeah.
schools.
The working class is
I
what
mean,
builds countries,
everybody
you know?
wants to defund the police, but instead of defunding them, train them correctly so that they can do their job correctly and not just be fucking out here bullying people.
But I think
you
that's
know?
what the defunding is stop giving them money for military grade weaponry when
Yeah.
these motherfuckers
They have no
don't-
training for
No,
it.
train them.
Yeah.
they went to school less than I did.
Right. Yeah. To be a chef.
And that blows my
It's
mind.
insane. But they just got a $2 million fucking tank for Ventura
Yeah.
County.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, yeah.
What the fuck do you need that for? Like,
Yeah,
for
and
it.
and seriously, man, how come you don't have to have some sort of college degree and some sort of serious training?
Yeah,
I mean, there's nothing.
I feel like police need to be able to pass the fucking bar to be
Yeah.
police because if they're law enforcement,
Yeah.
they need to know the
Yeah.
fucking law.
Right.
I mean, the
right.
sheriffs take you when you become a sheriff and you graduate. They make you go into the jail system. So then you learn how to deal with these people in this system, and these people in this system are just constantly trying to game the
Game the
system.
system.
So the prison, the jail system in Ventura County is horrendous. You can go sit in county for 3 years and never go anywhere.
Right.
Like it's horrible. So that just turns into this whole thing, and then the cops. The sheriffs, that's where they go get trained. So then all they see is these people that are hating where they're at, and they're just trying to get over on everybody, and they're trying to get over on each other. And it's just this whole,
Yeah, it's
just, spend some money and revamp all this shit.
just-
Start our education so the kids are smart, man. And you get rid of all this political shit that's going on in school and just give them an education. I mean, that in itself. I mean, our fucking... Dealing with our insurance and the medical stuff that we deal with is insane.
Yeah.
It is absolutely
That's if you
insane,
have it.
man.
If you're lucky enough to even have it, medical
But at this
insurance,
point,
right?
I have
Yeah.
good insurance.
Yeah.
Good insurance. I had a doctor's appointment in December and he canceled on me. The soonest they can get me in is tomorrow.
yeah.
That was from
Jeez,
Christmas
holy
time.
shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I have good insurance.
Right. Yeah.
And they said, and I had some shit that I've been dealing with trying to get in to see the doctor, and
Yeah. They're like,
go to urgent care.
Right.
I don't like going to urgent care, man.
No.
Growing up the way I grew up, urgent care is
Yeah.
a horror story, man. You're in there
it's a whole
with a
fucking
bunch
thing.
of just sick people that are
Yeah.
letting their kids run around and they don't give a shit, and it's so it's trying, and it's not like I don't I pay a lot of money for good insurance. Like, we should be able to go see a doctor and get taken care of. But in the next 20 years, we're not going to have any doctors because nobody's going to want to do the fucking job because they ain't getting paid either. The insurance companies are
And-
making all the money.
No one's going to school. Like
Right,
everyone's
yeah.
just getting dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of the older doctors just said, no, I'm not doing this anymore. And they either are a cash only doctor or they just retired because I'm
Right.
not doing it anymore. I mean, you have, your doctor is given 15 to 20 minutes to see you and get you out.
Totally. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, that's
all that
terrible.
money, I fucking paid $800 or something not too long ago for a visit. They
Right.
gave me the bill, and I went, "What's this bill for?" And they went, "Oh, it was for that." I go, "You charge me $800
Yeah.
for that 20-minute phone call?"
Right. Yeah. Literally.
This is what
Yeah.
you guys
Yeah.
charge. Oh, no, that was a mistake. We're not charging you that. That was for the insurance company.
Yeah.
Like,
Like fuck.
what
still.
the fuck are you Like,
Yeah, it's insane, dude.
What is that? You know?
Yeah.
And you know, nobody in that office is making that. It's just insane.
Yeah, it's just a whole fucking thing. I don't know. I mean, there's so many rabbit holes that you could go down to make this place way better, but it all starts with money. It's
Yeah.
just a money. You know, the first rule of journalism is to follow the trail of money, and if you follow that every fucking time, it goes to big pharma, politicians, fucking military industrial complex.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's
That's
it.
it.
You know what I mean? So
And
at this
they
point, I'm
own-
like, well, it's gonna have to just fucking fall apart.
Gonna
you know?
have to.
Yeah.
It's
But
gonna have
those
to
same
implode.
people that control all that also control the media.
Yeah, dude, yeah.
You know?
it's good.
Do
good
you know who
times.
Amber Lyon is?
Amber Lyon.
Amber Lyon was an investigative reporter, and she was on Joe Rogan's podcast. And then after she was on there, I really got I started digging in on her, and she did a lot of investigative reporting and stuff. And she did one on Bahrain, and
Okay.
she came back from Bahrain, and Bahrain's in a very strategic position in how it is part of this area where they defend, and we are there, and it gives us access to points that we need access to. But the president of Bahrain or king or whatever it is just like doing everything within NATO law or whatever it is doing everything that he's allowed to do within the rules to his people to keep them under control. So he's like using gas on them, but not like just using gas on them, but using gas on them, and then the second he can do it again, do it again. And do it again, and do it again. So she went and did this big thing on it and did this whole big investigative report, and then took the report back and did this whole thing, and then turned it into whatever broadcast station she was working for.
Right.
And it aired one time.
Sure.
And then after it aired, he called the broadcast system, the company, and said, if you guys don't take that away, then I'll stop sponsoring you guys.
Right.
And that thing has never been seen again.
Yeah. Of
And that's when she bailed. And then from that point she did ayahuasca, and it just turns into this whole thing. Oh, dude. Yeah, she's got a
I want to do that
website
so
called
bad.
I
Reset
do
Me.
too.
Have you done it?
No.
No?
I want to go down to Peru and do.
Dude,
some
I want to
ayahuasca.
do so, man. Seriously, I've been kind of poking around with some people I know around here to see if anyone does. You know, there's got to
Yeah.
be some fucking hippies up in Ohio that do that
In
shit.
Ohio,
It's-
yeah.
it's-
You know what I mean? I really would love to do that shit.
I
man.
feel like that's one of those things that you got to go do with the real, like
The real
shaman,
legit
the
people.
real
Yeah, that's
people.
true. I would love to do that, dude.
Nope.
Just be
No,
like,
not for you,
Nah,
huh?
man. I'm not going in this head.
No,
There ain't no way, man.
not happening, huh?
Nah, man.
Dude, it sounds so interesting
Too
to
much
me.
shit.
yeah, straight pure ego death. Like,
All right, yeah,
I'm with it.
yeah. But also, it's like, Jay's like, yeah. They also, you know, there's the same reason. Like, I used to talk to Eric, you know, Reiser all the
Yeah.
time about. He's like a big meditation guy, and I was like, and I've told him this. My anger keeps me sharp, dude. You know what I mean? And he laughs at me because he knows I'm an idiot. You know what I mean? And it's not true because you don't have to be fucking angry to be sharp. You know what I mean? But it's just like that fucking, like, I'm afraid to lose it. You know what I mean? I'm afraid to be at peace, dude. I've been afraid to be at peace for my whole life because it keeps me driven and it
Yeah.
keeps me moving. And I will keep moving until the job's done. And it's like, I feel like it's because of that. You know what I mean? Like the hardships of growing up, fucking learning very early that no one's going to fucking help you. You know what I mean? And it's like, now it makes me afraid. Like, it's like, fuck, man, I don't want to get well. You know what I mean? Like, I do for my kids, and I don't want to, you know what I mean? I don't want to fucking be a dickhead, and I don't think I am, but, I mean, Jake could say otherwise, I'm sure.
You just say you're racist.
Yeah, I'd just say I'm racist. But, you know.
You know?
You son of a bitch. I have a black friend. But, you know, it's like that ego death thing is like, as interesting as it is to me, it also scares the fuck out of me, which my ego makes me want to run into. Like I could beat it. You know what I mean? Like,
See,
like
but
I could
if you-
beat ayahuasca.
That's your toxic trait. I can beat ayahuasca.
Yeah, that's like, literally, that's how dumb I am. You know what I mean? I'm like, I could fucking do that shit and walk out fine. You know what I mean? Like, not like it won't fuck me up, but, you know, it's just
I'll
so
be all
weird,
right.
man. It should be good, right? I don't know.
I mean, I'm about it.
Jay's looking at me like I'm a fucking alien.
Well, no, it's just it's you know, for years I always would dress a certain way and act a certain way and do things a certain way. And I did it forever. And then my wife Portia helped me realize that that's just not necessary.
Right.
And I'll still fuck somebody up.
Yeah.
You know, I'll just do it in a nicer shirt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
You
I'll
got some
just,
questionable outfits, dude.
they're questionable to you,
Yeah.
but look at you.
Well,
you look
yeah,
like a
you're
fucking dump truck.
I mean,
You know?
Thanks, man. That's
No
very
problem,
nice.
man. You start questioning, yeah.
I'm gonna put a backup alarm on my ass, dude.
Dude. And
Yeah, but you also
Every
look
time-
like a fifth grader that dressed himself in the
100%,
future.
bro. 100%. Yes. I
Sometimes.
I,
put on the clothes your mom said you couldn't wear.
I put on the clothes that the hood said I wasn't gonna wear. Is what I wear. I wear whatever the fuck I want now.
Yeah, you dress like you're trying to piss off your 16-year-old
Yeah.
self.
Yeah. Yeah. 16-year-old self couldn't afford the shit that I wear
I know,
now. That's
yeah,
for
that's
sure.
fucked up.
Or the 16-year-old self would have.
Oh man, I'm slowly getting into colors. I got greens now.
Yeah.
Same. Look,
Yeah, there you go. You got that old school Kira shirt, dude.
That shirt's dope.
yeah. Fucking
Yeah.
Rockin' Fountain, shout out.
That's right.
Yeah.
Dude. Yeah, I know you've always been a big anime guy, man.
Oh yeah.
I watched him when I was young, but I don't follow it now at all. You know what I mean?
No.
Now they have some funny names. They're like their titles are so goddamn long.
Are they?
Yeah, my friend was like, "Hey, have you watched the princess who stomped into the dragon's territory in part 2?" I'm like, "What?"
Dude,
And they're like, "Yeah, it's about some crazy yakuza shit." I'm like, "All right, I'll watch it."
I'll watch
Yeah.
it, dude. But I'm not going to repeat it out loud to people.
I'm like,
Was the was
what happened to like Fist of the North Star?
Princess Mononoke? Princess
Mononoke.
Yeah.
There you go.
You'd asked me before I watched that movie about watching anime. I'd have been like, man, shut the fuck up with that. Get away from me, man. You know, I'm not. This is
Unless there's a tentacle fucking
Yeah.
a 16-year-old, I'm not watching. it.
Yeah, then I watched it and was like, oh shit, this is really, really, really amazing stuff. You know,
Yeah, I mean,
up
anime
until that
gets
point,
deep as fuck.
It's gnarly, yeah.
we immediately, like, everybody in I think my brother or somebody in my family told me about it, and then we watched it. It might have been my kid, and I was like, what is going, like, because it's so deep and there's
Yeah.
so much to it and there's so much in it and so much emotion comes out of it, and you're just like,
Yeah.
wow, this is
I mean,
incredible.
Do you have
Japanese
a certain? Do you have like a tier of anime that like really fucking gets to you? You know what I mean? Like, is there like any like crazy shit you've learned watching that shit? I mean,
Oh,
Japanese
so
culture
much.
is so
Are
fascinating.
you
to
into
me, by the
tentacle
way.
porn?
I mean, besides the tentacle porn, you know.
I don't kink shame.
Yeah.
I'll
I
watch
was
it.
trying to shame
watch
you.
it.
I'll watch it.
Oh, when I was a young dude, that was the only thing you could rent from Salzer's.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Oh, buddy, did we fucking jerk off in rooms
Yeah.
together? You know what I mean? Everyone's in their own spot, like, I'm all good, dude.
Yeah, I used to go rent them from Blockbuster because I
Hell
was
yeah.
like, they don't know.
They don't know.
And actually, well, like one of my favorite animes, it's called Yorosaki Doji. It's super hentai, but like everything else about it's like if you remove all the tentacle porn, like this shit is fucking.
It's like a porno with a
masterpiece.
good story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah,
a demon
wild.
war that's going on.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it gets all crazy. It's
Yeah.
basically like Twilight, but porn and violent.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Yeah, man. Do you have a top tier anime? Like, I mean, is it hard for you to watch newer shit and accept it, or do you?
No, I mean I love a lot of the newer stuff too. Like,
Yeah.
I mean I'm more of the '80s ultra violent
Right.
era. It's my favorite, but right now I like One Piece.
Okay.
Been watching it for like ever. It's '98. Still going.
Really?
Still going.
Really?
Yeah.
That long?
That long.
That's crazy, man.
I have no idea what any of
I
it is.
don't know what I've
So
never
it's a
seen.
pirate. They're pirates,
Yeah.
superpowers.
Oh,
Crazy
weird.
shit.
That sounds fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's,
There's actually one episode where one of the characters dies, and I like cried called my fucking girlfriend and I was like, they killed Ace. And she's like, what? I'm like, she's like thinking one of my friends died. And I was like, no, he just got a hole in his chest.
That's crazy.
It's like,
Yeah.
but I've been enveloped with this character for like 10 years.
Sure.
Yeah.
You see, so it's like anime, drives that, like, they do really good character development.
Sure. Yeah.
And deep stories that, like, just from everything from, like, how to, like, get along with each other and accept differences to, like, just getting past things you, like, accepting things that are out of your control. It's like, you know,
Do you think that, like, because Japanese culture is like such, you've been over there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've never been to Japan. It's like one of my, I would love to fucking go.
you'll
over there.
have so much
I would
fun.
love that. I would love to go over there. But it's such a fascinating culture because from where I'm standing is they're not repressed, but they're very like, it's, you know, it's just a
Structured.
different
Yeah.
fucking world. They're structured.
I mean, they've been
guess.
isolated for like ever.
And they've been isolated, right? But
Yeah.
like through these like cartoons and shit, they make some of the most wild fucking content. But then like, you know, as far as I understand the culture, wildly polite, fucking everything's
Yeah.
clean, you know what I mean? Like
Dude, when I was out
tech
there,
advanced, you know?
I saw no fucking trash anywhere.
No.
Right.
And I also saw no fucking trash cans.
Right. Like they just take their shit with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, what the? Like, I remember like noticing, I was like, there's no trash in these streets.
Yeah.
Like, nowhere I went.
And you're talking
in
about
Tokyo.
streets that are flooded
Yeah.
with people,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
It's like there's not a single wrapper on the floor, nothing. And I was like, I also haven't seen any trash cans. Where the fuck is like
Right.
everyone just keeps it with them
Yeah.
until they get to like a 7-Eleven or something, and then they have like 7 different like recycling things, and they all go like put it into its different
Right.
thing. It's like their culture is just.
But I wonder, like, how much of their culture is advanced through the stories of anime, because they're allowed to explore like the most crazy shit. You know what I mean? Like, I mean,
Right.
I'm sure the people themselves. Like, I heard a story about coffee being introduced into Japan like years ago, and I don't know how much of it's true. It's kind of a regurgitation, but like they wanted to start selling coffee in Japan, and people were like, "This is a 10-year process." Because tea, you know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
Right. So tea, like, and then the story I heard was like they had to do a 10-year campaign to even get coffee introduced, making cartoons of it, making fucking this and that, and then finally when it came into the thing, like people decided to make their whole entire lives based around being a barista, a coffee fucking, you know, guy, and
right.
like, and the Japanese, which I love, they subscribe to the 10,000 hours. Right, 10,000 hours is your apprenticeship program, and that's roughly 5 years. Is what, because as a union guy,
that's just how they are.
yeah, you're not a journeyman until 10,000 hours, right? You have to spend 10,000 hours doing something. But like, it's just so weird, like the pride in which that culture seems to take their job and their, you know, and they have no problems
Whatever
with anybody.
it is that they do. Like,
Yeah, no matter what, you know what I mean? I watched a fucking 15-minute video on how they make ink, like handmade ink for the fucking, you know, for the calligraphy shit.
Yeah.
It was like the most fascinating thing I've ever seen. You know what I mean?
It's
This
always
guy's
been
been
their
doing it
culture.
for generations. His family's been doing it for generations. They take so much pride in that. You know what I mean? And then you just look at like America, and it's you got people. You're like,
You can become a cop in 3 months.
Yeah.
yeah. It's like, hey, you want to kill black guys? Come on over here. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, dude.
fuck, man. It's just such a weird culture to me.
And their food is amazing. Like,
yeah.
their art is amazing. Like everything when you go, and especially when you're there, like people are so nice.
Right.
Like, and
Just-
like,
yeah.
you know, they got this, they do have like this thing of like gaijin.
Okay.
So they have like a weird thing with foreigners, but it's like, if you're just visiting, they're super like, super
but if
nice
you're trying to
you. If
assimilate
you're trying
there,
to, if
yeah,
you're trying
move
to
there, yeah.
move there, that they
Probably
don't
take you a
want
long
to fuck
time.
there.
Really?
Yeah.
They're really, they don't like foreigners there. Like,
They
living.
never have
Yeah.
liked foreigners of
Yeah.
any sorts. I mean, they
they were isolated for
yeah,
like,
and
Years.
well,
100 years or
but
something.
they also just had like, if you talk to the Chinese about the Japanese, they're just like bad people.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
like,
I mean,
like
and
through
vice
history,
versa.
there's well,
Oh,
yeah,
sure,
of course,
yeah.
but they're just the history of all of it's just you know they haven't always been friendly, nice people. You know,
not even to themselves.
No.
They're straight up just
Yeah.
for years just slicing each other with
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
swords.
I know.
And they were like
so
this tall then. So it was
Yeah.
like, yeah, I went to this. Yeah, I went to the samurai museum out there.
Did
It was
you?
crazy.
Okay.
Yeah, they were telling us like they're like, yeah. So people used to be like this tall. They showed
Yeah.
it, like they had like actual Nobunaga's like actual armor in there, and it's like, oh my god, they were
Yeah.
And
It looks
but their
like-
swords are still the same size.
Right.
it looks
Wow.
like a child would wear it.
Yeah.
when you
That's
look at
crazy.
the
I
samurai
never even
outfits and
They
think
stuff.
thought
have
about
these
that.
giant
Yeah.
katanas and they're like
Yeah.
little people, and
Yeah.
they're still just murking each other with them
Fuck,
all
dude.
day.
Yeah,
What a crazy fucking group of people, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's one place I'd love to go, dude.
Yeah, dude, it's
I would-
fun. It's
I was
it's
supposed
a culture
to go
shock.
and then COVID hit.
Yeah.
We had actually had booked rooms, hotel tickets, everything. So yeah, it was like that was. I don't think I'll be going to Japan, but
Yeah.
we had it all set up, and then everything went to hell.
Yeah.
Yep, same.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
Easy
because you
Death
guys
was-
had that tour
Easy
you were
Death
trying to
was
book,
gonna-
right?
Yeah, it was booked. It was everything was ready to go.
Yeah.
And then like I got some email like December about our travel, like caution traveling to China, and I was like, well, we only have a layover, and I don't know where the fuck Wuhan is. So
Oh, it was the layover was in Wuhan?
Yeah.
no, the layover was in Shanghai or something.
okay.
But
Yeah.
they're like, if you've been to the Wuhan area, like
Yeah.
you're basically fucked. And I was
Yeah.
like, well, I don't know where that is. And
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
we're good. And then I was like, they started sending more things. And this is like, back in December.
Oh, right before everything shut down.
But no, we didn't shut down till March.
Yeah.
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 But it was starting to hit out
It
there
was,
hard.
yeah,
we
hit
didn't
out
shut
there
down until
hard.
April.
Oh, shit.
No,
Yeah, we didn't shut down until April.
Was it April?
No, it
I
was
think
March.
It was March. It was March.
It was April.
It was on our
Was it?
anniversary.
I'm telling
Man,
you.
well,
man.
our tour,
Okay.
our
It was
tour was
April.
in March.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
it was April.
All right. Okay.
our tour was in March, and we couldn't, like, Tokyo
Yeah.
couldn't get in.
They had started talking about everything, and they were putting everything into play.
Right.
But they hadn't really shut things
Sure.
down.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then that came,
Yeah.
if it was March, it was late March, April.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You would know that, I guess.
Yeah.
But well, fuck, man. I don't know. We got a solid hour and a half out of this motherfucker, dude. I think it's
shit.
time to get the fuck out of here. You got anything you want to throw out there? Anything going on? Nothing.
Come by Margarita Villa,
Come by
yeah.
Margarita Villa.
Yeah.
get some bomb tacos.
Yeah, get the bomb food. I'm making the specials now.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's what's up, dude.
What kind of specials you doing, man?
Changing it up every week. Like I did like some quesadilla, doing a couple vegan things. Just, trying it all out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
It'd be-
sometimes it's Mexican food. Sometimes it's whatever the fuck I feel like doing.
Yeah.
you're in the right neighborhood for it for
Yeah.
that. That's for sure. Those guys down there at that beach area, they just are down for whatever, man.
Right.
Yeah, and then all the regulars too are just
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
Yeah.
they're
Changing
like,
up
I'm changing the food
yeah.
up a little
Yeah.
bit, trying to
Yeah.
help out, but humbly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going in there.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's
I'll go
tough,
by
man.
again.
Well, yeah. All right, man. Well, thank you so much for coming on the pod, dude.
Yeah.
I hope you had a good
Thank
time.
you.
Jay.
Yes. I'm glad you're working on your races. Thank you.
Bye.
Yes.